Pride, for me, is about the sacrifice and commitment Black trans women and trans women of color have made for me. Pride is the remembrance of liberation for trans and queer folk. When we speak about pride, we can't forget Black trans women. Pride Extended stands for endless and sustained support for Black trans lives. Trans women face violence on a scale more severe than the average life of a Black person, which is why it's so important to protect and support us. We need y'all, and the world needs us.
To celebrate Black trans life 1 month out of the year is violence. To center our humanity every day of the year for all time is revolution. That's a liberatory practice. The life expectancy of Black trans women in this country don't pass 30. Our mortality rates are astounding. It's imperative that you recognize our humanity, or we'll take it.
Well, me, like, I grew up in the church. So, my childhood growing up in Boston, I feel like a lot of my imagination was centered around church. Because when I went to church, it was a sacred thing, but it was also like going to church was like going to a concert or like a performance. So, it was always like very dramatic. I can remember being in preschool and a teacher was sitting at the same table as I was, and I was just being so over the top and dramatic, and I was just talking with my arms like this, and I was just like, oh, darling. And that is one of the moments where I was like, okay, this teacher thinks I'm a little weird. Back then is what I was calling it, weird. So, like, that's one of the things, like, my upbringing has been very, like, how I've come up has been centered around, like, going to church, dramatique, drama, like, yeah, just being, like, a big personality, living, like, as this imaginary, like, celebrity. I didn't really... I wasn't running the streets as a kid. Like, that's not how I was brought up, and I wasn't allowed to. And I would get my ass beat if I did. So, a lot of me was just like watching award shows. Award show season has always been my favorite season. So I would always watch like the E! News pre-show and all of the fashions. Because for a long time I wanted to be a designer. And I would make believe like I was talking to the people on the carpet. Oh, this is such and such coming to you live from the Golden Globes. And I would be like talking, and then I would be like I would put myself in the shoes of the celebrity. So how does it feel to be here tonight? Oh, it's amazing. It's something I've always dreamed of. And I just be like, bitch, you are really crazy. I'd be like, Miss Thing, you are crazy. But I don't know. Like, the older I get, it's like, okay, maybe you're not crazy. Like, yeah, you are that bitch. Period. What does it mean to be a black trans woman in Boston?
To be a black trans woman in Boston sometimes could be rough and easygoing, depending on good days or bad days.
Explain each of the two.
So on bad days, for me, it's very internal with my like insecurities and like body dysmorphia and dysphoric like ideation. Not ideation, more like just me overthinking. Like, do I pass enough? Can I not be put in danger? You know what I mean? So that's like on bad days. I end up like overthinking, which makes myself nervous. And people say the more nervous you seem to be, people just know. But on good days is when I'm feeling myself. Like right now, I feel real good and real confident. So it's a good day right now.
What is home for you?
Home for me is I wouldn't say my biological family. I would say my extended family, because they treat me how ideally a family should treat you, like respecting you, listening to you. We may have ups and downs, but that's what family is. And I just feel like my extended family are people from Ballroom, but like even outside of Ballroom, I have extended family in. So it's just people who took me under their wing when I was at a down point in my life. I hate being vulnerable, so I select a few people who I can be vulnerable to. But
why is being vulnerable hard for you?
Because I just feel like when I'm vulnerable, when I'm vulnerable, I just feel like I seem like a punk. So sometimes I like to keep things to myself, but when I like do tell people how I feel, it releases a lot of stress that I'm feeling. Yeah, it's just like another way of coping through things I've been through.
I joined the House of Milan April 29th, I believe. Yeah, I think that's when I joined the house, and then from there I've been in here since then.
Why did you join?
I was asked to join actually by one of the leaders in Paris, and I was like, why not give it a try? I've always loved ballroom. I thought it'd be something fun to join, and I'd be able to express myself even more than I already do.
And what would you say you're achieving, like in life in general?
Currently, I'm trying to achieve my bachelor's degree in criminology. But not only that, I'm hoping to achieve building a business, like a party planning business as well, because I've always enjoyed party planning and doing fun things like that, expressing my creativity as well. So that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to do in 2020.
My body suffers a loose irritation. No bleeding. No blood. No spitting. No spit. My body just longs for purpose, like a limbless tree, a dry river. My body just lives, but what is being with no life? What is air with no space? I stretch my arms out wide as a reminder of what I can do with my body. All the things I can say without having to open my mouth. I arch my back and remember there is a dance that makes my blood flow. In my shoes, my toes march like the horse in the cotton clouds waiting to be groomed by the children of the fields. Like the horse in the cotton clouds waiting to be groomed by the children of the fields. Like the horse in the cotton clouds waiting to be groomed by the children of the fields, I march.
And how do you personally identify in terms
She,
of gender?
her.
Awesome. And how long have you been living socially as being?
I think 2.5 years now.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thank you.
And how long have you been taking hormones for?
I've been on hormones for a little bit over a year.
Okay. And did you notice any changes of your breast with
Yes.
hormones? Okay.
Yes, for sure. I think maybe over a year. March, I think it was, no, April of second year of college. I'm going
Okay.
to, so that's, what was that, 2018? I don't know. I'm in my fourth year of college. I started my second year.
Good enough. What would you do? Currently wear bras, and if so, what size bra do you wear?
I wear it's either a C or a B over there. That bra is my desired size.
Okay.
The other bra is on the outside, love.
Right here?
It's under your coat somewhere.
Oh, here it
That
goes.
one. This is, I think it's a C. Yeah, 40C.
And ideally, what size would you like to be?
Like a 40 double D.
Okay. 40. So, I'm going to do a quick physical exam. I'm going to take some measurements so we know what kind of implant sizes we can look at. And then after that, we'll have you put on your bra. We'll try on different ones and see which one looks best to you.
Cool.
Alrighty. And today there's no we have to choose a certain size today, just to get a general sense. And then when you see us within 30 days of surgery, then we'll confirm what size to use.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Cool.
So we're gonna do the exams. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep, we're gonna take it off.
Okay.
I'll turn it off right now.
Community to me has so far been my theater family and my ballroom family, and then people outside of ballroom.
What are some similarities in theater and ballroom?
With theater and ballroom, especially with walking face and realness. For face, I just feel like you have to emphasize a little more of your structures. In acting and theater, you have to facial expressions and be sad or angry or annoyed and for face, I just feel like I just know my face so well that I sell it perfectly. I sell it not perfect, but I sell it good enough to get me through that category. And then for realness, I feel like dressing up from theater taught me how to dress up for realness. So when they actually come as a doctor or a nurse or a chef or etc., I put on my theater hat because I know I'm playing something that I'm not or something I could be in the near future.
all this like leftover fabric because I didn't use pattern, so I just went at it. And then I had this random piece of fabric. I was like, bitch, that will be over, bitch, if somebody tied it around their neck. Wow, this is crazy. I forgot about all this stuff. This I made for my mother, and she wore it to her doctor's appointments and different things. She wanted something with pleats, so I put pleats in it. Yeah, she wore it, honey, with a turtleneck and leggings. Why they meddle with the cloth of me? Fix me to be who they want me to be, bend me and fold me to make something new, but the style ain't true. Why they touch the interior of my garments? Inspecting what they think they know, spreading me thin to see what's within, and I be now dismembered, the past remembered. Why they meddle with the cloth of me? Fold me to fit their stitch, body be punched with holes over and over, cause I gotta stick together like how they want me to, but my pieces got history, and history can't be moved. Nobody can shake the voices out the rooms they've spoken into. Why they meddle with the cloth of me? Have my hands not properly sewed the button down? Has my iron been cold the whole time? And has the ironing board been too down low? Has my quickness not satisfied the denim's coarseness? Has my flair interfered with the typical workmanship, the regular day to day? Has the sewing machine caused a snag one too many times? I would love to know why they meddle with the cloth of me. Because this couldn't have been what she prayed for when she planted those seeds. When her clouds were ready for picking, when her bushels were sorted, so please don't meddle with my cloth. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the median age for a woman to get married is 28. According to the Sylvia Rivera Law Project, the life expectancy of trans women of color is 35. Based on these numbers, a black transgender woman would only have 7 years to experience the love felt in her union. 7 years to remember the sound of the organ as she walked down the aisle. 7 years to remember the leap of joy from one side of the broom to the other. 7 years to remember the sight of rice flailing into the air like fireworks on the 4th of July. 7 years to remember the love made and passion pursued during her honeymoon. Before these 7 years, she will wonder, why can't I be loved like the other girls? Why can't the world hold me the way it holds those who peer about in confusion, in disgust, while I simply exist? And just as she begins to grow more rapidly than ever before, a bullet will pierce, a hand will choke, a flame will scorch. Just as she begins to grow more than the days before, arms reaching out like branches, love of self bountiful like clouds above the city, a man will shoot, a man will suffocate, a man will burn her body and forget all about her soul. Trans girls is out here being killed at the hands of black men in general, but black men got a lot of work to do.
He would be like, are you gay? Are you this? Are you a girl? I got that a lot growing up.
To be a black trans woman in Boston sometimes could be rough and easygoing, depending on good days or bad days.
Community is made up of people, whether they're like yourself or who are there to support you, are there to look out for you and guide you into the right direction.